And I'm just going to show you an overview of TCR Explore, so I'll just take you a step by step on how we went about our quality control process. The first part was to upload our fasta files, whereby one can select all the .seq files which do lack that particular header up to TCR Explore. Once it's finished uploaded, it will show the initial name, which in this particular file it has the group, chain, and the initial as well as the other information that's been gained through the sequencing file naming process. However, what we do need to add is the individual ID. In this case, it was E10630. If you had to add in, for instance, the group and the chain ID, you would just type it in here, which would be something like NA-, which would add in that necessarily information. However, we don't need to do it for this particular file. So once the file has been downloaded, they next need to be uploaded to IMGT. Because this is human-based data, I select human, then the TR, go to select own file, just put in the downloads. So we open up that particular file, but what we want to do is download the vquest.xls file. So the important ones are both summary and junction. You can download everything, but it's important to put junction in position 2 of the file. So we'll just go ahead and download that particular file. Once it's done, we'll have a look at this and what it shows. So as you can see, it has all these bits and pieces of information throughout it in both the summary and the junction. The reason we grab the junction is for the CDR3 sequences. So what we want to do next is to upload this vquest file in the next stages of our processing. So we want to select own data, again upload the vquest file. So what this does is it adds a few additional columns so we can actually go through our processing. This is called the V sequence quality check column, where you can have issues with the J identity, or there might be not any issues flagged by IMGT as listed here, or there might be some other like unproductive sequence issues which need to be resolved. The quality column has been, in some instances, pre-filled in as a pass, as there were no issues flagged by IMGT, and I found throughout the development of this that all these had good quality chromatograms. So the next thing to check once we've downloaded this particular file, we'll just take a quick look at it. So what we really want to do is put in pass and fail into this column, but it'll depend not just on what IMGT is flagged as issues, or if there's been other things going on. This does contain both the alpha chain and the beta chain. All fails will be excluded out and passes will be kept. So what we want to next do is we may need to have a look at the chromatogram. So here is just a overview of one of these ABCA1 files that was used for this data set. Anything in blue has been flagged as something that hasn't been quite aligned correctly between the heterozygosity in the data file. You can have a look at some of the primary sequence alignments that can give you also the idea of where things have been misaligned between those primary and secondary sequences based on this R package, and it's about a 33.33 cutoff. So once all those passes and fails, I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but once that has been uploaded and we've gone through all that process, here I have put in an output of whether or not how well the sequence is passed. There were 150 ones that were flagged with no issues. They also had good quality chromatograms. There were some that were initially flagged as having unproductive issues that were resolvable after interrogating the chromatogram, so they were reassigned as a pass, but many of them, some of them failed still. So if both sequences are not incorporated into as a pass, they will not be included in the pairing process, which is showcased here. So some of the other things that get added to this particular file is all the sequence information at the end. For instance, this is just getting rid of the particular alleles to help with the interrogating the data a little bit later. So it's termed the AV, AVJ, AVDJ, and with and without the CDR3 sequences. So that can be readily downloaded to the pair chain file as shown here. One of the most important things is that clone count is always in column A. But from here, for instance, if you wanted to do some more exploration in TCR dist, you can actually just download this particular file. There's also been instances if someone did not have only had a single chain pair that they had sequenced, you can also use that QC process and it'll extract the data out this way, but it only pairs with a T, AV or B, whichever way it goes. So that kind of concludes for this section of the quality control process. Thanks for listening.